So you all probably can't really see me like right now, but that is okay because I'm driving back home from university. It's about 11:30 at night, because rehearsal gets out, or the show is actually running right now. We're actually out of the rehearsal process. Tonight was actually the second to last performance of the play, and so tomorrow, Sunday, is the matinee, and then right after that we have to strike the set. And so, but I mean, I'll be able to get home early, and then that's when, my fall break will be happening. So yeah, I'm driving home. It's about 11:30, 11:25. I've already been driving for a little bit. I decided I wanted to make this vlog, just to talk about some things that are on my mind, and get some content up for the channel. But I probably won't be home or I definitely won't be home until after midnight. But the nice thing about driving this late at night is that there's not really anybody else on the road with me, so I don't have to worry about people blinding me with their lights that are too damn bright and all the other stuff. And my mom would probably tell me to always be careful of drunk drivers or other stuff like that, but said I don't think drunk drivers get on the turnpike. I don't think that happens. So yeah, got out of the show. So now that we're actually in the show, we're actually running the show with intermission. Intermission is 15 minutes. The show is actually running longer than it was running during the rehearsal process, because during the rehearsal process we would finish right at 10 o'clock. Now that the show is actually running, we don't get done, the show doesn't finish until 10:30. So somehow, some way, the show has had 30 minutes added onto it, which I don't really understand how that's happened. But it's probably just little bits and pieces here and there, things that you would never notice, and this and that. And so, but yeah, as a crew member, I mean, it's really boring for me and the rest of the crew members, because we have nothing to do at all during the show except for whenever transitions happen between the acts of the show. And so I literally just sit in the back, and I'm on my phone the whole time. And they say that you're not supposed to be on your phone as a backstage crew member, because if you're not paying attention to the show, that's when you can miss a cue, or that's when you can forget something. And I understand that idea, and I understand where it's coming from, but we're all so used to it now that, I mean, and whereas most of us have, all of us probably have been crew on plays before, and it's just pretty simple and easy. And it's it is not a difficult show for crew members at all. And so the show's been easy. But the problem with the show that doesn't have a lot for the crew members to do is that it becomes that much more boring, and not necessarily not enjoyable, because it's if this was my job and I was getting paid for this and it wasn't for school, then this would be, it'd be one of the easiest paychecks on the planet. I get to sit backstage and, be on my phone for 3 hours, super easy paycheck, easiest $100 you'll ever make, or something like that. And so it's one of the things. So I'm sure you all have probably seen the ad for the mobile game called Bricks and Balls. I've had that game on my phone for at least 5 years now. And that's from when I was still in high school. I've had that game, and I'm a senior in college now. And so it's like that game is in the Hall of Fame. That game is untouchable compared to all the other games. That's a game that I am never going to delete that game off of my phone, no matter what happens. I might go months where I don't play that game, but that game will never stop being fun. There's just something about the game that just makes it it's not that it makes you want to keep playing it, but you always enjoy the game no matter what. The game never stops being fun, or never stops being enjoyable the way that a lot of other mobile games do. And it has to do with the fact that it took an idea that was fresh and new at the time, but isn't anymore. But then they didn't just use that one idea, because the game has the regular classic mode, but then it has also a bunch of other modes that are really fun to play in case you get tired of playing the regular classic mode. And that makes me happy, and it makes me excited, because it's like this one mobile game is actually 5 or 6 games all in one. And so I really like that. And the other thing is that the game doesn't suffocate you with ads the way that a lot of other mobile games do. Because and I have a couple of them on my phone right now. There are games on the App Store and other things like that are straight up unplayable, because there's just too many damn ads, and they want you to pay $2 or $3 to get the ads removed. And it's just that's not a lot of money to pay, but also it's just one of those things where it's a lose-lose for you, the consumer, either way, because, or I guess I can say it's a win-win for the makers of the game either way, because if you choose to keep having ads, well, then they still get revenue from the people who put their ads on the game. If you pay to have the ads removed, well, then you just put your money directly into their pocket. And so it's a win-win for them, and I guess it's a win-lose for you, the player, because just so you could be able to play this game without having an ad every other minute, you had to pay this dollar amount. And so on one hand you get to play the game without ads anymore, but on the other hand you had to pay just to get this. And it's stupid. I don't know. Let's see. I know a few months ago Game Theory released a video talking about a lot of the mobile game ads that we see, like for homescapes and gardenscapes. These video game ads that straight up lie to you about about what the content of the game is. Because I used to have homescapes on my phone when that was a really fun game. But the problem with the game is that the game was too damn hard at a certain point. I don't understand why these match 3 puzzle games and the people who make these games decide to make the games really difficult at points. What's the point of that? When a game is so difficult that you can't play it because you can't beat this one level without having to pay money or having to buy gems or whatever to get some extra lives or extra moves, that's not good game design. That's good design if you're trying to line your wallet, but that's not good game design. And I remember in this game theory video that I watched, it answered the question that we were all thinking, which is they're straight up lying to us about what the content of these games is. That can't be legal, right? And it turns out it is very illegal for game companies to make advertisements that falsely advertise what the content of their games is. And so it's but the issue with that is that the governing body that's responsible for making sure that that game companies don't make those kinds of ads doesn't really give a shit, because those kinds of things are very low on their radar, because they're not really causing extreme damage as much as they're just causing major annoyance to other people. So, right, so sorry, I just ranted for like 6 minutes on the flaws of mobile games on my phone. And then when I finally got tired of playing mobile games on my phone, that's when I went back to all the dating apps that I have, which is like 7 or 8 right now. That number is constantly changing because, one day I might get upset because one dating app hasn't given me anything for like weeks, so I'll delete it for a short time. Then I might think of another one that I haven't used in a while, and I'll reinstall that one, and I'll try to use it for a little while. And that's just how it is. It's like on this circular rotation with all of these dating apps. And so, and it's just one of those things where, like, oh, sorry, my throat's starting to hurt from all the talking. It's one of those things with the dating apps. So, like on Bumble, for instance, it seems like all the really hot and popular and, skinny girls are on Bumble. Like all the girls who are like out of my league or something like that. Like, I don't even really know. And so, like, those are like, it's like we're like the most like generally accepted attractive girls are on Bumble. And then on something like so on Bumble, one thing that's really common is that, obviously people don't want to pay, $50 a month to be able to use Bumble's premium service, which gives you unlimited swipes, and it gives you unlimited swipes, and it gives you, boosts, and it gives you super swipes, which is a swipe but better. And so a lot of people, in order to try and get her, and also it also gives you this thing called Beeline, which is where if somebody likes you but you haven't liked them, what you can do is that you can pay for the premium service to be able to see who has liked you to be able to see who has liked you as soon as whenever you want, basically. And so, but the thing I don't like about it is, like, you guys know I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any form of drugs or anything like that. I'm a very, very innocent person in those regards. But it's like, it seems like, and I feel like Bumble is the biggest culprit of this, but it seems like 99% of all the girls that are on Bumble say that they smoke in one way or another, and that's just, it's annoying, and I hate it. Like, why is it that everyone that is my age a smoker in some regard? Like, don't people care about the integrity of their bodies anymore? And that's what it is. Like, I can set whenever you can set your preferences to find the certain kind of people that you want. And so like, I can put that, it's like, also, like, I don't have a problem if whatever girl I'm dating at the time drinks. Like, I don't really care that much if she likes to drink alcohol. I will not date somebody who lives their life at the bottom of a bottle, which is the reason why I always swipe left on girls that say that they drink frequently. Because in my mind, drinking frequently means that you go out and you get drunk at least 3 times a week, which is not really something that a college student should be doing ever. Because, they're a college student and they're paying $25,000 a semester to get this degree that's going to give them the career that they want. But if they're too damn blackout drunk all the time to be able to focus on their classes and get good grades, then they're never going to be able to pass their classes. So I always swipe left on girls who say that they drink frequently, because that's just not a healthy practice. Getting drunk that often is not good for your body. There are already no benefits to drinking alcohol, but when you drink alcohol that much, it's like taking the negative effects and it's multiplying them by 10. I've grown more okay with the thought of whatever girl that I've grown more okay with marijuana in all the time that I've been on dating apps, because one, I don't like the smell of weed. It's like, whenever the smoke gets in your eyes, it makes my eyes fucking burn, and I hate that. But then, the health benefits for weed are seemingly good. The only thing I have to say about it is that I think that there are just better ways to reduce stress and anxiety than smoking. Because it happens to me. I get stressed and I get anxious about things, and whenever that happens, I have plenty of options. I can sleep, I can play video games, I can turn on one of my favorite shows, I can go and treat myself to a nice lunch or dinner somewhere. I don't need to smoke weed to make myself feel better about the things that I'm stressed or anxious about. And I don't think that, and I think that that's how everybody should be. But, humans we're all vastly different from each other. But, so, I am more okay with marijuana than I used to be. I still don't, I will never, ever date somebody who smokes cigarettes. Get out of my face with that. Don't even come near me. But when it comes to e-cigs, or not e-cigs, vapes. When it comes to vapes, I guess I wouldn't have as much of a problem with it if it was CBD. If it was a CBD vape versus a nicotine vape, because I think that's because CBD comes from marijuana and it's better, I guess. I don't fucking know. I've become more okay with it, I guess, because the last bitch that I dated, you know, the one that cheated on me, she smoked a vape, but she never did it around me, which I was very grateful for. And so, if I do find a girl that I really like, and I know that she really likes me back, I probably won't let the fact that she smokes a vape be the thing that ruins it for the both of us. I will just make sure to tell her, hey, you know, I don't want that getting into my lungs, and I don't want to smell it because I don't like the way it smells, and I don't want it to get into my eyes and cause me pain and discomfort. Can you please go do that outside? And if she's the girl, and if it's the case where she's the girl, you know, if she really is the girl of my dreams, aside from the whole vaping part, then she will understand and she will adhere to my request to not do it around me. So right. So the next thing I was going to get to after that was, in order to get around paying for Bumble Premium, most girls will put their Snapchat names in their profiles, which is great for somebody like me, because the problem with Bumble, the problem with all dating apps, is that 99% of all the girls who are on dating apps more than likely made the profile and then never opened up the app ever again, and that's really fucking confusing and stupid, and I wish that girls would stop doing it. Because when you've got someone like me who's really trying really hard to look for a serious relationship, and I swipe right on all of these girls who say that they're looking for a relationship or that they're looking for marriage, which is even better to someone like me, it gets me really excited. And then, you know, I never get a like back. You know, that girl might as well have not ever existed to begin with. But it's a little bit better for the girls who put their Snapchat names on. So it's a little bit better for the girls who put their Snapchat names in their profiles, because that lets me message them directly, because, you know, because on Bumble specifically, whenever I and a girl match, the girl has to message me first. That's the way that the app works. It's good and bad, because, you know, having women make the first move is something that I like, because I want the girl to actually prove to me that she has interest in me. But it's also bad because girls hate messaging first, even on an app where they know that they're supposed to message first. I cannot tell you how many times I have matched with a girl and then the match died because she never texted me or because she never messaged me, even after I would extend the match another 24 hours. It just wouldn't happen. It was just like, if you had no intention of messaging me, then why the fuck did you give me a like? What the hell? I don't get it. So the nice thing about girls having their Snapchat names on their profiles is that I can skip that whole process, and I can just, you know, add them on Snapchat, send them a good intro message, and with any luck, they'll actually add me back and we'll actually get a conversation going. The only problem is that, as I said, it's like this thing where it's like these girls secretly don't exist, or something like that, because I'll add a girl on Snapchat, and then like a few days will go by and they will not have added me back, and whatever reason that they justify, or whatever reason that there is for them not adding me back, is fine. But also, if you're not going to add someone back or even read their message, then don't put your Snapchat on your dating profile, because that gives the wrong idea to not just me, but probably hundreds, if not thousands, of other guys who are also looking for relationships and love. So So that's one of the big. That's just one problem. And Bumble's not the only one that's responsible, because there are other apps where people are allowed to put their Snapchats in their profiles. And so, and it's just this thing where it's just like, if you're not using the dating app, then delete your fucking profile so that people will stop getting the wrong idea. Or hell, I think every dating app should have this thing where you can deactivate your profile manually whenever you decide that you're not going to be using the app anymore for an extended period of time. That's what I think. Said because, I don't know if whatever relationship that I get in is going to be the one, and where her and I get married and we have children and grandkids and we live a long, happy, fulfilling life together, and we die next to each other on our deathbed. Or if it's going to last for, a few months and then all of a sudden I'm back to the dating apps again. That's why instead of deleting the profile, you should have an option to manually deactivate the real profile. And I know that most of the dating apps have this automatic function where if so many days or weeks go by where you haven't been on the app, your profile will automatically deactivate, which I think is really good. I think that's a really good mechanic that they have. And so, yeah, the bottom line is, if you're not actively looking for a relationship, then don't use a dating app. Said I hate that there are so many people on dating apps that are only looking for friends and not dating. I think that's really stupid and dumb, and it's disgusting, and it's a waste of time. It wastes so many people's time. And so, yeah. And so, I think I'm done ranting. My throat really hurts right now, so I should stop talking. If you all enjoyed this video, then please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to see more content just like this. Whenever you all do that for me, helps me stay motivated to make more content for you all in the future. Once again, thank you all for watching. Until next time, bye.